Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders just made a very surprising move, at least to me, drafting another defensive tackle in the second round. This time, Illinois' defensive tackle, Jer'Zhan Newton. So yeah, we're going to break it down all in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and the notification bell as well, so you never miss any of these draft videos. So I'll read the tweet right here for you guys. The Washington Commanders select Illinois defensive tackle Jer'Zhan Newton. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was surprised when this pick came in, was expecting a cornerback, maybe a receiver or offensive tackle. This is clearly they were drafting for best player available, which, I usually like. But in this scenario, when we have a lot of needs and defensive tackle is probably the last need besides quarterback since we just drafted Jaden Daniels, I'm not going to lie, I don't love the pick. I'm not going to say I hate it because it seems like it is good value. I wasn't, too locked into the draft this year, so, not an expert on Jer'Zhan Newton, but for most people that are not Commanders fans, they're saying it's a good pick. For Commanders fans, they're upset because we already got Jonathan Allen. We got Daron Payne. We have, Pedro Mathis, who really hasn't done much, but we did draft him in the second round a couple years ago, and then John Ridgeway as well. So I can understand why Commanders fans are upset, and I can understand why some are happy because he is a very talented player, and a lot of people thought he would be a late first-round pick. So looking at his stats, I can't go to ESPN right now because they already have it updated to him on the Commanders, so there's no stats, but 7.5 sacks, 5.5, 3.5 and 1.5 sacks. So decent amount of production for a defensive tackle. I'm assuming 7.5 was his senior year. I guess I can go into this and it'll show a little bit better. One-time All-American, 2023 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. 6'2", 280 pounds, and yes, had 7.5 sacks this year, 5.5 the year before, like 22.5 tackles for loss last couple years, and a forced fumble. So good numbers. I'll read some information on his draft profile just so you guys can find some more information about him, and then after that, we will go ahead and go to the next pick for the Washington Commanders, which I'll make a video on soon. So while it's loading, I'll just give you, there's some other players available right now that Commanders can go after. Kool-Aid, Cooper DeJean is still available. I would love the Commanders to get him, but at this point, we need to help out our young rookie quarterback, so an offensive line would be bad. So you see his information right here, and they're playing a video. Don't want to get copyrighted, but his projection was round 1 to 2, NFL comparison, Javon Hargrave, and I don't know if this means that Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne get traded. It's just, I don't know, you draft a guy not only in the second round, but early in the second round, you want this guy to play very early on. And if he's going to be the third guy, then it's just going to be hard for him to get a lot of playing time. He's still going to get playing time for sure. And just got some news that we traded out of that pick and with the Eagles, of course, and give him Cooper DeJean. So, yeah, I do not like that move at all, trading with your franchise or with one of your rivals unless you're getting some good value. But let's get back to Jer'Zhan Newton. See the information there. Didn't do a lot of drills at the combine because you can't see his. I guess he had 12th ranked combine score for defensive tackles. And overview, active interior defender with a potential build on his disruptive production in college. His size and length don't stand out, but he has shown a consistent ability to gain extension and set edges against bigger opponents. He's clever in setting up blockers and beating them with sudden hand usage and foot quickness as both a run defender and a pass rusher. He's strong enough to hold the point, but he's not going to overwhelm NFL guards with the force or power. His skill level and athleticism should create additional playmaking opportunities for him as a 3-down, 3 technique with early starting potential. And sorry if I'm a little all over the place. I'm trying to look at my phone while I make the video, see if anything crazy is happening. You guys can see some of his strengths and weaknesses. I'm not going to lie to you and pretend I'm an expert on this guy. Don't love the pick, but I'm going to trust Adam Peters. Day 2 and day 3 is where you really build the team, and this is what he decides to do. We'll see. He's going to have to be a stud, or if we trade Jonathan Allen or Daron Payne, it makes a lot more sense if you do that. If you don't, it's a little bit of a head scratcher just because of all the other bigger needs. I'm not always saying to draft, to do draft for need. I like to draft best player available at position of need. And this team has so many needs. They need another cornerback. They could use another receiver. They could use another tight end. They could use another tackle. They could use another guard. So many positions. And for them to go defensive tackle is just, I'm not super happy with it. But again, I will trust the process. And this is different than Phidarian Mathis, because with Mathis, a lot of people were projecting him to go 3rd round, even 4th round. And we drafted him in the 2nd. This is a little bit different. I mean, very different. Jer'Zhan Newton, it was projected to go late 1st, early 2nd. So we got good value for him with this pick versus where Phidarian Mathis, not only was it not a position need,